Hey guys, just at the end of the conference here, Rob Skiba's talking.
The story doesn't get messed up. But there are wandering stars that are messing up that story, and Jude says that those stars are reserved for judgment. Question: why does God need to judge a rock? Why does God need to judge gas? If these things are being judged, that implies that they did something wrong, which implies that they are sentient beings. So what are shooting stars? I don't know, maybe they're cosmic chips patrol.
Okay. Yeah, here's Mac. He's just doing some streaming still.
God calls them all by name.
Correct. Give each a name. You know,
What's the dark fellow's name again up there?
He's from Edmonton.
Oh, he is, okay.
Each one has a distinct name, becoming a different glory. So it's just really intriguing because, you know, the animals are named. This is named.
What I love about this movement is that I don't see anybody ever skirting around the truth. The Bible, I know, specifically says to be prepared to give defense to the hope that lies.
Yeah, we're gonna just check out some merchandise here. Celebrate truth. Oh, explosion. Just checking out the stuff here. Oh, here's the.
Is that the AI one?
Yeah, how much are these?
I think that's $25
Oh,
going
is
to
it?
that sign if that's the AI one. Sorry, me.
Yeah,
I'll,
that's nice. I'd like to get that framed. I have to
you can order this yourself on.
on Amazon or something like that.
Well, yeah, and also.
And will it be like
also
this,
too,
or-
you can get the image, and because it's a public domain, I have it printed on things, but
Yeah, I'd like a nice copy and put it in a nice frame. Would frame at home.
yeah, this wouldn't. I got this. It wouldn't last.
I don't know if I'd get it home in one piece.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, would it come in a cardboard tube or
I had a
something?
tube,
Yeah. There, we got our first flat earther here. Hey, baby, hey, girl. Watching some cartoons? So, it's just a question, would it be worth getting one of those flat earth, like the flat earth maps and put it in a frame, or it's $25?
I'm not into it.
Yeah.
You could print some out on the internet if you want to show them to people.
Yeah.
Just print them out cheap. If you want it in your bedroom, then go
Yeah,
for it.
just for my apartment or something. You can always get it off of Amazon too. Oh yeah, I'll show you. Like this, like the original one here. Put that in a nice wood frame.
If you want.
But I don't know if I'd get it home already without ripping
I know it's your fault. I'm just saying.
You gotta put it in that box
I
thing,
just
yeah.
from more. I was going
The
to
banner box.
But do you think it's worth it?
and
I don't care really.
no, I
I'd
wouldn't.
rather have it than not have it, you know?
It's up to you. What it's worth to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Nobody's on my. Just here at the conference here.
Thank you for inviting me here. Thank you, Robbie, personally, for letting this. I certainly admire the flat earthers' commitment to asking questions.
No, here's some more stuff over here I gotta check out. Can see your stuff here.
This is a board game I invented a long time ago, and the idea of the game is to get your rocks to the diagonally opposite corner along the pathway. So it doesn't matter what the back of the board looks like as long as you have a pathway with 4 corners 12 spaces apart. Okay. Okay, so this is the way I originally designed it on cloth because I hated paper games as a parent and as a teacher.
Yes, yeah.
It was buying Monopoly 4 or 5 times, you know.
Yes, exactly.
Ridiculous. So I said I'd never have my game printed on paper. So I printed it on cloth, and now I print it on mousepad material.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea.
I was actually on Dragon's Den way back, season 3, episode 8, was my game, and I got a contract for my game, and from another company, not from the Dragons, and for many years they sold my game, and then now the company's gone defunct, belly up or whatever, sold it, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the rights reverted back to me.
Oh, okay.
And so I produce it myself now and sell it.
Cool.
So yeah, in the game, sorry, I forgot. This is
Yeah.
the most important
kids
part.
games?
In the game, as you move around, you have to bump into each other. You have to do rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Okay, to stay. The loser gets sent home. Well, now because I got the Flat Earth edition, we do ball flat liars. Or
Sweet.
nationalize
Yeah.
all that, right?
liars.
Ball flat liars.
That's awesome. Did you come up with that?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I've been a flat earther for 5 years almost, and I just thought of this a couple of weeks ago. So I put it all together real quick.
That's a massive degree of assumption. We did test our beliefs, at least I did. I've tested my beliefs. I've done a lot of research into why I believe the Bible, what the path the Bible has gone through, and the course.
But angels specifically, that was the
But
example.
that's an
that-
experiential thing. That's something where you tangibly experience something. If I throw a
Nothing to do with
baseball,
the earth. It has not, well, I mean,
Well,
it's
but-
well, in the sense it has nothing to do with earth.
if I throw a baseball and hit you in the head, would you dispute the experience of that? Or would you say, hey, I got hit in the head with a baseball?
And I do and I do worry about it because you have a family.
I can only speak to my own experiences.
There are
This one's good.
Demonic experiences that I have experienced myself and have seen cast out. There are countless testimonies.
Hoax, that's a good one, guys, eh? Hoax, nice some CGI and Photoshop there.
but like we were finished.
So, I mean, what do you do?
And because I
I know, I saw that. I was watching it.
Okay, and then they told
How old are you? 8.
Everybody's
flat
watching your show, not mine. I got 0.
They're flat earthers. Perfect. Awesome.
To be able to understand that it really tastes good or this apple tastes kind
Not
of
much. I was
bad.
up at 8.
So, me personally, I've had numerous amounts of experience before. In fact, I actually was one of those who tried to run away from the gospel a few times. I tried to run away from it. I actually wanted to be a rapper. Trust me, I wanted to be a rapper. Glad that went down the drain. And then after that, I actually wanted to be a music producer. I wanted to be the next Dr. Dre. That was my motto. I was the next Dre is what I called myself. But that was all foolishness because I was trying to do things to actually fit in with the rest of the world around me. I wanted to be the same like everybody else. But I've had several experiences. I used to be a gamer. And when I played those video games, the violent video games, I experienced things even at night. Because there were times when I went to sleep, and then the game station would turn on at the exact same time. And this is not a game that just turns on by itself, even for updates. You gotta go and physically press the button to turn it on. I've had several experiences in which I know for a fact that we are not even. You might look around you and you might see that this is all you see. But I can tell you, if you experience God for yourself, or you actually experience what the real world is in our real reality, there are angels in this room, and yes, there are powers of darkness as well, all at work. I will tell you this because I experienced this myself. I heard an audible voice that did not want me to pray because I was struggling before with certain temptation. Something came up, and as I started to pray for the name of Jesus Christ, I heard an audible voice that actually was afraid of the prayer. And I can tell you, I have the testimony as well. I shared it on my YouTube channel. Someone called me. I didn't even expect this. As I was praying with this person over the phone, when I was mentioning the name of Jesus Christ, and that's why I'll tell you all, there's power in the name of Jesus, because when I prayed with this man, he was struggling with a lot of sexual temptations. There was a dark voice that began to come out from him, and I didn't even know what it was. So these things are real. I didn't even expect anything like that. People automatically think that, the minute you talk about angels and demons and that spirits are real, oh, you're wearing a tinfoil hat, and you're not rationalizing things. I tried to rationalize it before. But for how long will you rationalize these things before you realize, wait, there's something going on here that I'm not looking into?
Yeah, there's some things obviously, that science cannot settle. And again, you can come at it and say, well, that doesn't apply to scientific method, but there is different aspects there. Matt, do you want to say?
Yeah, I mean,
we gotta wrap this up real quick.
Sure, I just think, if you close your eyes and you ask someone to touch you and you feel a hand on your back, I mean, I don't think you're supposed to deny your senses. And I think your question also, which I appreciate your question, it's a good question. It also comes from the standpoint that I think you're assuming that science has a better track record than the Bible, which talks about spiritual things, which I don't think is the case when you just look at the number of editions of science books and where it's come from. Yet we're still on the first edition of the Bible, which is
To be clear, that's not what I'm trying to say. I just detect a double standard.
Well,
Yeah, but it's a double standard because you're making an assumption. You start out with, we didn't test these things, which is false.
Flat Earth Fokker over there.
I can't
Live
speak for
streaming
everybody up
too.
here, but I've struggled through many things in my life, questioning my faith, questioning the Bible, lots of things. But I was a missionary for 6.5 years, and I saw stuff. I saw people get healed that defies all scientific explanation, supernatural healing in the name of Jesus. There are lots of things that you start with a preconceived bias of saying you guys have a double standard and you're not testing these things without knowing anything about any of us.
But I would also say that physical science is limited to physical things.
Sure, absolutely. And when you see something in the spiritual take place, you have to say there's something beyond science.
But you did bring up a good one. I want to bring this up. On the flip side, you did bring up why are we applying the scrutiny and the scientific method trying to prove health. And again, it's very, very simple.
Yeah, it's pretty cool in there. A lot of people. Yeah. Just, I think it goes until about 5 today. And yeah, we'll just hang out here for a while and hopefully I can get some filming in probably about an hour. I think my phone lasts for with the battery.
Okay, basically the dimensions, how do they know anything? Again, it's speculation, it's theories, and yet, when someone understands how little they can do, and yet they have all the knowledge of what's at the core, I mean, come on, that's not science. You're moving away from the true scientific method. But we got to wrap this up. But I wanted to just have each of you be able to, again, because again, we're going to have people who are skeptical. I mean, we've done this whole panel, and again, understand that this is the Bible panel. The next one up after the break will be the non-religious panel. You can ask all the questions. You know Bible if you don't want anything. Rob will even answer non-Bible questions, absolutely. He'll be on that. So I want to just leave it with this because I think it's important. We've addressed a lot of people that might be Christians or Christians or believing in the Bible. But let's just leave off with one big thing. If you're going to say a quick 2-3 minute thing to someone that says, yeah, man, I don't believe in the Bible. Why should I even take you guys seriously when you bring out the Bible? If anything, I don't think you guys should bring up the Bible at all in the investigation on the true creation. What would you say about that?
I hear that a lot, and with this movement or whatever you call it, we do in these conferences, and sometimes there's complaints. that, hey, you know, I spent however much money to attend the conference, I didn't come for a Bible revival meeting. It's a legitimate complaint, I get it. But the simple fact of the matter is, when people, in the Army, they used to say there's no atheists in a foxhole. Well, there's no atheists in a terrarium either. You know? I mean, if you,
Oh, yeah, good point. I want to say that you brought that up, sorry to interject. But I'm curious, because I've had media say this. Is there anyone here that believes in flat earth that's an atheist? Is there anyone? There is one, good. I want to talk to you afterwards. Because I've been waiting a long time to talk to a flat earther that's 100% atheist. Okay, good.
because the alternative, if you understand the Earth is flat, and especially if you believe it's an enclosed world system, then your only default is to say the aliens did it. So you've just substituted God for
But then who created the aliens? And then who, like, you still have this, either it's an accident, there's no created or intelligent design, it's just, you know, so anyways, that's interesting, I definitely want to talk to you later, but yeah, and it's for the skeptics, they're saying, you know, but why should I take the Bible serious? Again, when we get into apologetics, why in the world do you even
For
talk
me,
about
I tell people don't believe a thing I say anyway. Don't believe me. I'm just sharing with you what my experience is, and I'm always
Just
telling
wondering
you
who's
to
on the
test
chat
me.
here. Oh, there
Yeah,
was
that's
one.
what, look, okay, you don't believe it, fine, but test it. Don't just tell me I don't believe the Bible. Go research it. Like, go out and test it. If you guys want to talk about empirical evidence, well, I heard people all the time say, well, you know, you never test your faith, you never test it. How do you know that? I've spent a lot of time testing my faith. Believe me. And there are other people throughout history, and some fairly recent guys, you know, C.S. Lewis and what's his name? The Evidence Demands a Verdict, Josh McDowell. And there are other guys out there who started out as hardcore atheists. Same thing. I'm going to go prove this wrong, right? Well, I'm a convert. And by the way, I'm writing lots of books on Christian apologetics.
Case for Christ.
Case for Christ. Look, don't just say you don't believe it. Go out and test it. That's what this whole thing is about. I mean, that's why I have my website, testingtheglobe.com, because that's what I was doing, is testing what I thought I believed about the globe, and I would say the same thing about religion and things of that nature.
What would you say to someone that's just basically like, man, like, religion, give me a break, like, you know, what would be your parting words to someone that's just basically a skeptic, like,
What he
what's the
said.
Bible?
That's gravity, that's joking. No, I would, ultimately, honestly, I think it would be, when you share your testimony, when you share your personal, I don't like to just tell people, okay, hey, believe the Bible because the Bible is the word of God, end of story. To Mike, that's gravity too. No. Ultimately, people like to know that, you know, this God that you worship, He is real, He exists, and He is a personal God. So for me personally, when I like to share my story, my journey, how we escaped the war in my country and how by miracles we were able to like basically go weeks and like basically a long time without food, no water, and we were not weak, we were not hungry, we were good. There's so many things I can tell, but I can tell you for a fact there is a God. By sharing my my personal experience, then, you know, that's ultimately, I think, the best route to go about it. I don't like to just tell people to believe something without testing it themselves. Like, you know, it's best ultimately, and you can prove the Bible through world history. World history confirms the Bible, 100%. You can go and look at world history, the prophetic events, all the kingdoms outlined in Daniel, Revelation, all of these things are exactly as how it was outlined in scriptures today. All the events happening today are all pointing us to the scriptures. That's what I'll just say because
Yeah, exactly. I would
I
look up, you know, just type in Christian apologetics, and you're gonna get a dose of stuff, because I was the biggest skeptic. I'm like, I just question every single thing. And again, like you said, go into it really critical. Try to prove that stuff, because these are the points. Matt?
For me, it's the physical evidence of the reliability of the scriptures compared to any other ancient document that's out there. It's staggering. Like when you compare it to the Iliad or even Shakespeare, for example, we have no original manuscripts
Nobody.
of any
Well,
Shakespeare
he
plays.
keeps coming
but
on and on.
We don't
I don't know
know
who
that
it is.
Shakespeare wrote those plays, and you know, and so I don't want to butcher the numbers, but they're staggering. If it's important, you go do research. 1,000 to 1 staggering that the Bible is true and has not been altered over the years.
Well, Matt Long, his YouTube channel is Flatworth. You got Emmanuel Lakonga, which is The Controversy 7 on YouTube. You got Rob Skiba, and I'm Celebrate Truth. And yeah, thank you so much for having us in the
Thanks.
I just want to add one more thing, and this is a prayer that is guaranteed to be answered. Guaranteed. God, if you're real, prove it. Reveal yourself to me. It's all about a relationship. It's not about a book. It's all about a relationship. And he actually wants to have that relationship. All you got to do is ask. So if you're really skeptical, start asking that.
He actually likes skeptical people. Like we took
It
a
does.
call, he actually embraces skeptical people. Go at him skeptical, prove it. But be sincere, give him at least more than a week.
2018 Edmonton Conference, Flat Earth Conference. We got Mac over here, Flat Earth Fokker.
Guys, we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. Is that what you just said, Robbie? Did you just tell them we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break?
All right, we're gonna have a break.
10-minute break, guys. We'll be back
What
here
else
for the
is
next band.
happening here?
Oh,
I thought you were gonna leave. I thought you were driving. My plans changed. I'm flying back now. Oh, he doesn't want to go? He doesn't want to go.
Hey, I heard you're from Vancouver. I thought you'd come say hi.
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Corey.
Corey?
Yeah,
From where?
Victoria. Yeah, nice.
You met?
No.
Have you been to Nathan's meetups? In the News Bay?
No, I was on my way and something bad happened. I ended up not
Tango friends, the real ones,
Roger,
yeah.
man.
Plain
Hey, what's your
Apollo.
name?
Back flat Canada, Dennis McLean.
You're Dennis McLean?
Yeah,
Awesome.
Dennis McLean, brother.
Good to meet you.
Watch you all the time.
Oh, do you?
I love it. Yeah, I want to make it up to Vancouver next time I fly through. I came over from Winnipeg.
Oh, you're from Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live streaming on my channel.
Nice.
Give me a fist bump there.
Yes,
Sorry,
Bob.
Bob.
No, Corey.
Corey, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I'll
And
come over
you're?
to Van and
Dennis.
do a meetup.
Dennis. Yeah.
I was gonna throw a Victoria meetup, so that's in the works. We'll probably do one.
Yeah, well, Nathan's having one actually tomorrow, I think. You're gonna be here. Are you gonna be back on the island tomorrow?
No, takes a little longer, right? Even on a Ninja, it takes longer.
Quick
to
break,
get there,
got
but-
one.
Have
See
a
you
good day.
guys.
So you've heard of the Mid-Island Conspiracy Group, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've
There's
been
some cool
one-
stuff going on Vancouver Island. There's a couple good groups, but.
Oh, nice shirt. I was gonna wear it today.
You're the Flat Earth Fokker, right?
Yes, I am.
I've seen your YouTube videos, man.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike?
Good to meet
Cool.
you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
From Red Deer area, sort of.
Oh, just
Sylvan
fly.
Lake. Sylvan Lake, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
About an hour or so drive.
You get I love it. I was gonna wear that today.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
Delano.
On TV, yeah.
As soon as I signed it, should I get it? It's just too much.
And name tag.
It's awesome.
I've got Flat Earth Assholes t-shirt too, the lunar module.
Oh,
and
tweaker
shelter.
shelter. Yeah. Meeting a lot of people?
You know, put your money where you want to support, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like to be in the globy ball lickers' faces.
No
Yeah.
shit, man.
At first it was kind of like, oh, you're an idiot. Now it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
now it's like suck my mom.
Yeah. That's how you gotta be, man. You gotta be unapologetic about it now because
Yeah.
it's just.
or just be willing to get beat up on all the time,
Yeah.
right? So you either kind of, take the different approach to it, or you just, take the abuse, right?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta be careful if you're drinking, you got some guys triggered.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But if you're just walking around the mall.
Yeah, they're just having a 10-15 minute break here, and I think they had mentioned it was 200 or 200 plus for the attendance here. Looks pretty good turnout. Where are the... See if I can pick out some people here. Where did they go here? Oh, there's Bob and Patricia Steer over there. And Mark Sargent in behind them with a green shirt or blue baseball cap there. Awesome people, awesome people. Yeah, I was talking to the man who puts this conference on, what's his name, Robbie or something. last night, and he says, you know what? If you ever contacted him too, like if people can't afford coming, he'll do whatever it takes to get you here. You know, whether it's a discounted ticket or whatever. It's he would rather have people show up than not be able to show up and can't afford it, and you know, bring their families and stuff. He's quite a caring person. Lots of high energy there, that's for sure. And yeah, he's gonna help everybody out, and he's a good man. And Rob Skiba. All the other gentlemen.
Flat. Right on.
I'm wondering when concerned citizen, yeah, talk to me, concerned citizen. Bobby, we're just at the Flat Earth conference here. They're just having a 15-minute break. There's about 5-6 minutes there left. And it's working out good here. I finally had at least 5 hours of sleep last night. Hope everything's good there in Chase. I wish you were here, man. Yeah, it's very exciting. Hey, Bobby, I want to ask you a question here. They got these maps here. They're $25. I want to put it in a frame, but I think I can probably find one on Amazon here, cheaper. Oh yeah, that's the actual.
Yep, you're good to go.
The actual map here. I'd like to put it in a frame, so I don't know what I should do. If I should grab one now or what. What do you think I should do? That'd be a sweet thing to have. Put it in a nice big frame. Yeah. Because I got my poster box that my banner came in the car, so I can put it in that, so I can get it in, get it home in one piece, you know, without tearing the corners or something. We're having a good time, man. Hey, whoever's out there, you guys gotta just, like, what's his name? The guy who puts it on, the conferences, I was talking to him yesterday, and again, he'll do whatever it takes to get you here. You just contact him and go from there. But he'd rather have you here than not here. You know, bring your families, and he'll do what it takes to discount the tickets or whatever. Flat Earth Falker's just in behind me here, talking to people. He's filming live too. I think you guys probably know that, but here's Mark Sargent, the man that he is, big boss. And like I said yesterday, or this morning when I was explaining things, you know, you've got to meet these people in person before you start judging people, because they're doing it for us, man. They bend over backwards for us, and they're out there doing the hard work, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with Patricia Steere or Mark Sargent. I was starting to build a image of them in my head from all the junk that I've heard on the internet, and that's not good for me, because I haven't even met the people yet. So I met them last night, and they're spectacular. Patricia Steere is a lovely woman, and a woman that she is. And if you have any issues with that, come talk to me in person. Let's see how that goes. If you have any issues with other people. I thought we were done bullying people when we were 10 years old. You guys got to grow up. I'll go see if I can get. Yeah, Mark's there. I should go talk to him. Yeah, Mark's there. Big bad Mark there. Checking out some shirts.
No worries. Oh, that's what you need.
Yeah. How you doing, Mark?
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta doing this.
What do you think of getting one of these and putting it in a nice frame, frame, eh?
Yeah.
Like I was thinking of
These
that.
are nice.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't even a big. Oh, this comes in.
There's a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of them.
Can I buy the whole bunch?
Dude,
Want to pay $25 a poster?
That'll be a lot of money. All right, I'm gonna get ready to up on stage.
Yeah, have a good day, man.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, Mark's a good man. He was chit-chatting. I ordered water at the restaurant yesterday, and I said just water, and he misunderstood me, and he thought I said, what did I say? Just water. What the heck did he think I said? No, I can't remember. I'll have to ask. I can't remember. Sewage water? I thought he said sewage water or yeah, something like that. He misunderstood me, that's for sure. But it was nice chatting, like I said, like chatting with Mark last night. It's just an awesome time. He's just another person. And I talked to Bob from Globebusters yesterday. Jaron was outside when we pulled up, so we talked to Jaron yesterday. I think he's cruising around the hotel here somewhere. I saw him earlier. Let's go see what's. Yeah, Max still blabbing away.
I really want to drive far away. Make me start buffering.
It's my love for you, man. Oh yeah, I can't go too far. Yeah, I forgot.
He's got like workspace for data. I'm like, let me stream on here.
Yeah, I can't go too far because he's streaming off of my phone, so. Jaron's. I don't know where he's hiding. Probably scooted by me there. Pretty exciting stuff, man. It's a dream, man. I hope you guys make it to the next one. I hope I can make it to the next one, too. We had a late night last night. I'm usually in bed by 9 or 10 at night. Well, even 9. I was up at 3. Well, I didn't go to bed until 3 last night. It's Flat Earth Fokker. He's got way too much energy for me, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get. Still going dead there or no?
What's that?
Yeah, I took Robbie, concerned citizen on there. Oops. Walking there.
Are you gonna keep streaming?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
interview me the whole time.
Okay, here we go. This is Mike from
Thanks, Jim.
Truth Reality. I'd like to interview Flat Earth Fokker here.
Yeah, well, let me sign off here. We'll wait till it starts again. I'm gonna go. All right, guys. I might start screening again in a little bit. We're having a break. I need a break.
What are they planning to do about Flat Earth Mike? Like when you
Ron Smith is in the UK. We're in Canada. So check back. I might start screening again. I don't know. Oh, Cammy Nodell. Let's get Cammy Nodell here. In your what pants?
Yep.
Oh, you're made out of hemp?
Oh, yeah.
I'm always touching you.
He is always touching me, which is very brave because my husband is 6'6", so he's a brave guy.
Trying to find out if you're having
Any meetups? And Bob from Vancouver, if you look at I got you mixed up with
Where's Jaron? Isn't Jaron? Jaron's probably resting or outside or... I think I'm gonna have to buy one of those Flat Earth maps because even though it is $25, it's still gonna cost me $25 on Amazon, is it not? With shipping and posting and all that other junk. Because I would really like to buy a frame for this thing. And Canada. Who do I know from the States can buy me a cheaper map? Where's so how do they I got a question. Who can I ask? Yeah, I got to get one of those maps, eh, guys? Get it framed. It's just yeah, it'd feel good. You know, hang up that big map in the apartment there at the house. I don't. Live stream? Pardon? Live stream? You betcha.
Hey! That's where they're hiding from.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting. Oh, Mark Sargent and Patricia Steer are going up, chit-chatting here to the. Oh yeah, I never thought about getting my iPad too. I brought my iPad here, so if I run out of battery on this, I'll just go grab my iPad. That battery lasts longer. Maybe I'll just get Mac to buy me. I don't have any cash with me. I gotta get some cash.
You know something that I found really weird.
He was the one you missed before.
Oh, that's where Jaron. That's why I couldn't find Jaron. He's up there. He's quick. So we got Globebusters and Mark Sargent, Patricia Steers. She was saying she might interview me at some point later on. Check out the wild boots she's wearing, the red ones. She's gonna do some ass kicking to the Globe heads. All the ball lickers.
You know Mac? He's got his own
This is Mac's neighbor up the street, a couple blocks from him. Regina, yeah. Hi.
He has a channel as well.
Is this your daughter?
No.
Oh.
This is just somebody I met.
Oh, cool. No, that's all right. Just checking.
Nice
Cool.
try, though.
Well, hey. Yeah. And where are you from?
Me, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. Cool.
So you guys are breaking code and coming in, eh?
Hold on, I'll let you know and we'll.
Yeah, you betcha.
There you go. Now you messed
We
up.
snuck in. What? Is there an ATM in here? I want to get that poster later. Flat Earth thing.
It'll take debit, or you don't have. You never your credit up.
No, I don't like paying with. Why is this?
Okay, well, you can. I'll get on my credit card and then you can pay me.
Yeah, I'll just pay you.
I'm gonna go down, out, get another coffee.
Okay. Are we allowed to stay around in here or what?
Hey guys. Long shirt. Long conference. They're awesome. They're stylish. I love this gray. Like I just like wearing it. It's like a classy gray.
Yeah, I didn't like how they didn't have it.
Realm Walker, what's happening? Bob Kinn, is that correct? Concerned
I haven't
citizen.
seen the back. What's on the back page?
She had one of these things. Yeah, we were all wearing them together. Yeah, I remember that.
No, I got so many rotate.
Brenda was
Yeah, later. Yeah, no rush. Yeah, right on. So Flat Earth Fokker is gonna get me a. They should have poster cardboard rolls or something, so you can protect this stuff. Oh, you made it in. How you doing? It's good you made it in. Yeah, they got coffee for all you caffeine drinkers. We got some interesting art over here. So we got the coordinates here if somebody wants to write them down. And these are a second. All right, let's check this out here.
Is that, are we all Pavlov's dogs? Or we just this thing on the
Hello.
There's nothing else that
Can you wave? Wave. Cool. She's excited to hear it's flat too. Flat Earth Comic, what's happening, man? We got Patricia Steer and Mark Sargent. I'm doing what I can for you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain where you are. Our response team is on their way to locate the source of the alarm. We thank you for your cooperation and patience through this time. Have more information shortly.
Why? I told you the fire alarm. It's the worst fire alarm ever.
It is. If there were a fire, we'd all be gone by now.
Wow.
Is this a Canada thing? This is a thing.
Very quiet. You just not rude at
I think somebody pulled the alarm for a reason.
So somebody pulled the alarm, maybe, you think? Practical joke?
To them, it's a joke.
Also, somebody needs the alarm in the entire mall.
In America, we're not that
We
smart.
hear it. So they could be down by the ice skating rink.
There we go.
All right, maybe it's gone now. What does everyone think? Are we able to start? The bell sound here is first part of our first stage alarm system. Please remain where you are. Presently, our response team is on the way to locate the source of the alarm. Currently, we're reporting the immediate danger to yourself. Please wait for further instructions on our communication system. We apologize for any inconvenience.
I stuck my head out the front door 5 minutes ago. You can hardly breathe.
So,
It reminds me of a wedding toast when somebody is on the champagne glass. I guess we're all supposed to kiss.
There's the main man himself there. Just quickly get around the corner here for you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bell sound you've just heard is part of our first stage alarm system. Please remain where you are. Presently, our response team is on their way to locate the source of the alarm.
Yeah, they're just doing some kind of a fire test here. I don't know what they're doing,
Please
but
wait for further instructions over our communication system. We apologize for any inconvenience.
they're probably doing this on purpose. Fake fire alarm. Building's gonna burn down. They're freaking out because the earth is flat. They don't know what to do. They're in panic mode. Where's the crisis actors? Hire the crisis actors. Ding, ding. Here we go. We got the... How do you like that? That's the North Star right there. North Star. Looks pretty stationary to me. Someone count the dings. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Watch, one of you guys want to watch the elevator and something pops out of nowhere?
Ladies and gentlemen, the bell sound you have just heard is part of our first stage alarm system. Please remain where you are. Presently, our response team is on their way to locate the source of the alarm. Carefully look for any immediate danger to yourself. Please wait for further instructions over our communication system. We apologize.
Sorry, but
for
flat
any
earthers don't panic. Flat earthers don't panic. No need to warn us. We don't panic. It's all a stage anyways. Where are the crisis actors? When are they arriving? Where are all the crisis actors now? We need to hire some crisis actors, eh? For the fire.
Miss Young? Yes. Yeah.
Robbie Parker, where are you? He's
Rob Skiba and Bob Nodell. And what we're going to do when we're not being interrupted by a woman's voice and a dinging bell are allowing you to ask some questions of these panelists. Maybe, you know, when Mark was on yesterday, some people weren't able to ask.
This is so funny, guys. They're so
Maybe you haven't had a
putting up a fake alarm just to get us out of the building. Unbelievable. It's not even a real fire. So pathetic.
where you are. Presently, our response team is on their way to locate the source of the alarm. Please wait for further instructions over our communication.
Ballers pulled it out. Yeah, no kidding.
For any inconvenience.
But it's not even a real fire alarm. It's just a dinging. They're a bunch of retards.
Okay, well, John just found out from hotel security it is indeed a false alarm, and they're going to take care of it. So, until then, we'll have to deal with this. Yeah. All right, so I've got questions for the panelists, and they're each going to take a turn answering the questions. There will be 4 different questions. Then after that, we'll open up the floor like we have in the previous Q&As. If you've got any question at all for anybody here,
Means the show is over. Yeah.
First
The
question,
crisis
we're
actors
just
didn't
gonna
show
start
up
from
soon
Mark and
enough.
Move down the line. The first question is, what is your recommendation regarding how to explain flat Earth to others, people who don't know about it, to friends, family, coworkers? What do you think, Mark?
Ooh, wow, that's a good question. If I were to be approaching it, I'm sure a lot
Can
of
you
your
guys
friends,
hear the speakers
flat Earth to a first time,
well at all or no?
A friend, family, or co-worker? Oh boy. First thing I would do is I would size them up, and I don't want to use the Fight Club reference. I would go after what some of these guys have done in the past, which is I would go after NASA first. I would find out where their belief system lied. And I know you're up here in Canada, but I would go after the American Space Program, more specifically Apollo. I would ask them point blank, do you think the Apollo missions happened? Do you think the Americans went to the moon? No, they didn't. But ask them, find out, because if they believe wholeheartedly that the Americans did go to the moon, then you kind of know where to go from there. I never ever recommend people go.
Yeah, that dinging adds to the event.
Oh yeah, by the way, the Earth is flat. Try to warm them up to something first. That's just it.
All right, good answer, Sharon, your answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bell sound you have just heard is part of our first stage alarm system. Please remain where you are. Presently, our response team is on the way to locate the source of the alarm. Simply look for the immediate danger to yourself. Please wait for further instructions over our communication system. We apologize for any inconvenience.
You know, YouTube's freaking me out.
That doesn't even sound like a real person. It's just a recording. Who's announcing about the fire alarm? It just sounds like a recording. It's not like... It's like the whole scene was set up, you know, prior. What do we have? 200 or 300 dings right? Oh no, we're at 333 dings right now. I bet you that's how many's in the sequence, eh? Or maybe 666 sequences. Ding, ding. Got I can't remember this guy's name, but I think you've seen him on YouTube here.
The law of God is the law. And so, like, you know, when John went up in the book of Revelation and he saw...
Hope you guys are enjoying this. I wish I had more phones, or no, not more phones. I got my iPad here too, so I'm gonna
Well, right now I'm kind of freaking out.
go grab my iPad when I run out of battery.
Goes off, we're all on stage, so I'm kind of thinking. If I was a conspiracy theorist, I'd be a little nervous right now. You know, I don't consider myself a flat Earth evangelist. I'm not like out there, hey, guess what? But if it's something that it starts up in a conversation, it's the same thing these guys said basically. As a public speaker, I'm trained to try as much as possible to understand my audience and relate to my audience. So kind of feel out where they are. And like Robbie says, I got to figure out where you are with 9/11 and the moon landings. Because if you're on either of those pages, you know,
Ladies and gentlemen,
conversation's
the
over.
bell sound you have just heard is part of our first stage alarm system. Please remain where you are.
Unbelievable. These guys can't even speak. They cannot even speak because of the stupid interruptions.
Carefully look for the immediate danger to yourself. Please wait for further instructions over our communication.
It's all been set up, man. It's all been set up. We're used to it.
The curvature math is a good one for me when I want to start the conversation and talk about it. Seeing things at a distance you're not supposed to be able to see, water bending, atmosphere in the vacuum. Those are the kind of my three go-to starting points.
All right, Bob, before she speaks again, how would you answer the same question?
You are now free to move about the country. All right, well, me personally, I would take the advice of another well-known Flat Earth YouTuber. And when you just don't talk about Flat Club, pretty much. So I would never start out trying to talk directly about Flat Earth. I usually will talk about something a lot easier, a lot more common sense, like, you know, what happened on 9/11. I'll point out, you know, the free fall speed of the buildings, you know, falling at 10.2 and 10.6 seconds respectively. Find out what they feel about that. If they're completely against it, then you're probably not going to get very far with Flat Earth subject at all. So, but if they're open to it at that point, then I would start going into some of the things that we discussed on Global Issues yesterday.
Keep going, yeah, epic, yeah, unbelievable.
Please remain where you are. Presently,
Oh, this is so pathetic. So pathetic.
Lift rating danger to yourself. Please wait for further instructions or one communication system. We apologize for any inconvenience.
I just talked to the people downstairs.
Oh, no.
Everything's okay.
Yeah.
They do, however, ask if you leave.
I was saying maybe we're just gonna wait for the crisis actors to show up now. It's all been set up. Come on.
I think Roland pulled the alarm.
Yeah.
Does anybody else think so?
So, yeah, that's pretty much about it, is, feel them out first. If they're not open to any other conspiracy, then it's probably not a good idea to talk about it. And, it's kind of like what Morpheus said in the Matrix movie. Once people are past a certain point or age of indoctrination, it's dangerous to bring them out of the Matrix.
Good answer, good answer. All right, the next question is, and Mark, you're going to kick it off, and we're going to do the same thing. With an interruption coming really soon, right? How many more seconds do we have? Are there any personality traits that make a person more accepting of flat Earth or less accepting of flat Earth?
Traits that people have, yeah, like if I was going to try to approach somebody who I thought, just off the cuff, if I was going to approach somebody that I thought might be receptive to flat Earth, I might go after, it's probably a safe answer, but I go after an artistic person first, because artistic...
You're a hilarious comic. You should do a stand-up joke on this one. It's hilarious.
All right, Jaron, you next, but you can answer what would be less likely or more. That's up to you.
Sure, well, I think that the education system has groomed people that are yes men, people that don't buck the trend and go by the rules, that
Maybe I'll go stand by the speaker so you can hear him.
those people went on to get good grades, went on to get college degrees, and are the kind of people that are going to be real tough to talk to because they are, they're so groomed to be exactly what the system wants. So if somebody...
Ladies and gentlemen, the meltdown you just heard is part of our first stage alarm system. Please remain where you are. Presently, our response team is on their way to locate the source of the alarm. Currently listening immediate danger to yourself. Please wait for further instructions over our communication system.
Plain, how you doing? Trying to make everyone uncomfy.
And then people that didn't have a college degree, but I went to college for a month. So I think people like that kind of saw school for what it really is.
Yeah, they're celebrating that we're here by giving us dings.
The way we were brought up, they saw the issues with what we were taught in school, and now that stuff just kind of went away and it wasn't important. So I think those people might be the best people to talk to. They can understand what we're trying to say.
Okay, Rob, any personality traits that might make somebody more likely or less likely?
Very much the same as what they both said. Right-brain people. I tend to gravitate towards anyone as a right-brain person myself.
Yeah, the most fun. I know it's hilarious.
But when you're talking with an artist, I don't have to explain too much to them because they understand.
Just on the last afternoon of the Flat Earth Conference, I bet you, I wonder if it'll go all afternoon.
Immediately have an easy conversation with, I think.
And I'm going to make this easy and say exactly the same thing. Artistic, right brain type people, creative people are much more open-minded.
I think the lies are sucking your way to
absolutely,
live
those would be the type of people I would approach.
All right, back to Mark Sargent for the third
from all the
question.
globe heads.
What do you think is the most important aspect of Flat Earth that we might need to concentrate on to get the word out as we move forward? And that could be experiments or
Yeah,
activism or more
this
YouTube
building's pretty
videos
tall.
or-
What are we at, 200 floors now?
Yeah, and this is probably the one we'll probably disagree on because everyone's got their own take, but moving forward for me, anyway, is going to be trying to reach the top tier media.
My dad just texted me. He asked me how the heat is going. How I'm dealing with the heat. He doesn't understand. He doesn't know I'm at the Flat Earth Conference.
Documentary and things are happening in that arena, but I believe in getting as many people as possible as quickly as possible.
And even when the media attention is negative, as we've seen in some aspects today, you still are of the mindset that doesn't matter?
Yeah, I'd rather the media come at us aggressively
All right. Same question to you, Jared. What do you think is the most important aspect of flat earth we need to get out
I want
there?
getting to be some kind of unit. I just think it's too segmented, and it's not something I intended or expected from the beginning. You should be able to tell by now who's in this video, who's not, and it's just something people can't pick up.
That's hilarious. One of the crisis actors showing up.
What?
Crisis actors. For all the...
There you go.
I'm not gonna go flat smack and
One of the crisis actors showing up for the fire.
yeah, right.
Say hi to the meeting.
Ladies
I'm not
and
gonna go flat
gentlemen,
smack.
the bell sound you have just heard is one of our first state alarm systems. Please remain where you are. Presently, our response team is on their way to locate the source of the alarm. Carefully look for any immediate danger to yourself. Please wait for further instructions from the communication system. We apologize for any
Did I say something wrong over there or what?
She's getting up. About the doors closing, and she thinks
Oh.
there's going to be an attack. And
Oh, really? Oh, wow, she's really...
She got set off. She thinks there's going to be a bomb or shoot her. Like, close the doors, everybody stay in your
Oh, I
seat.
didn't know. I'm sorry. Wow. Yeah, there's a lady around the corner panicking. She thinks there's going to be a terrorist attack or something. She's worried that somebody's going to start attacking. So she's all panicky. Okay. The, what do you call those people that carry your luggage at hotels? They got horrible service here, don't they? Ding! Waiting for service. Ding! Anybody work at this counter? Ding! Here's, look at this crazy mirror system. You can get dizzy in this one. Yeesh! Can you even... Thanks. Oh my. I got a small hernia. Holy cow. Like a year ago. I gotta sit down. It hurts to stand after a while. Oh, this is so crazy. See, that's what I mean, how people are so brainwashed. Just because there's a dinging going, because they got bad service here at the service counter, she's freaking out. I'm like, come on, like anything. It's just crazy. Very flash. I need to rest my groin.
Ladies and gentlemen, our response team is...
Ladies and gentlemen, the
You may resume your activities.
crisis actors will show up soon to portray an illusion with fake blood. Where's the fake blood?
I got fake urine.
Well, they're gonna bring out smoke, like what's the mist out of the vents now. Oh, I can't breathe. Maybe we'll get some red highlighters.
What are you doing? Watching.
Oh, lots of people. Flat Earth Comic and...
What are you guys talking about?
You?
I'm going to go listen to this debate if I can get in.
Yeah, no, we can get in. The door is cracked open a bit.
Let me check my messages first.
I should be recording for these guys. I needed to rest my hernia for a bit there.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Where some individuals are releasing all this data about eclipses for the last 50 years, and the challenge is to corroborate and fit it into the heliocentric model. Thus far, nobody has taken that challenge. So these are things that are very telling to me, because anybody can use an extra $5,000. But so if we can get this information out there and issue challenges, ask them to match what we have found. I think that's one of the best ways we can advance our cause.
All right, well, I'm wondering, once they've already said they're located, why is the bell still ringing? But this is the last question, and if you've got questions for any of the panelists, you'll have the opportunity to ask it after this question, so start formulating. Mark, what do you think the best piece of advice you could give to a brand new flat earther would be?
Ladies and gentlemen, the bell sound you have just heard is one of our first aid alarm systems. Please remain where you are. Presently, our response team is on their way to locate the source of the alarm. Carefully look for any immediate danger to yourself. Please wait for further instructions or word communication systems. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Either the bell lady lied, or somebody pulled the alarm again.
Yeah, it's probably some kids going, oh, what's up in this? All right.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Best advice for a new flat earther, somebody who
Brand
just,
new flat earther
you
coming
know, yeah, something like me here right now.
Yeah,
Kind of been converted after sitting here yesterday and today's presentation.
If I was running into a flat earther, there was, for the first time, if you're in like a week or a month, first thing I would tell you is don't forget what it took for you to get there. Meaning, the most common problem I ever run with anyone in the flat earth community is that it takes them. So we plant the seed, it gets in their head, and then they flip and they become a flat earther. And then for whatever reason, they forget how long it took them. So if it took them 2 weeks or 2 months, they forget that entirely. And then all of a sudden they get so full of enthusiasm and they rush to their family and say, oh yeah, I can convince these people in 2 hours. I can convince these people in a cup of coffee. I just get smacked in the face because they don't understand. It's like, why can't you get this? I got it. No, you forgot how long it took for you to get it. It's not your job to convince people in 2 hours. It's just plant the seed and let it grow naturally like it did in you.
That's a good answer. Jen?
Yeah, I'd say that I tell them to watch, if they're watching videos and they hear something that they think might be a fact, I mean, there's so much wrong information out there now that, even I'm responsible for. I mean, when we started doing this, a lot of people got things wrong or made mistakes, and those things have been cleaned up, but you have to be doing the research to see that. I mean, if you think that you know the answer to some question, or if you're going to say that the horizon always rises to eye level, then you need to look into that and see that there's reasons why when you get up higher that you are seeing a little bit of a drop, but it's because
Ladies
the
and
horizon
gentlemen,
is...
the bell sound you have just heard is one of our first aid alarm systems. Please remain where you are. Presently, our response team is on their way to locate the source of the alarm. Please wait for further instructions or word communication system. We apologize for any inconvenience.
If David Weiss was here, man, he would be...
David Weiss was here.
So, yes, I heard that.
Yeah, it's basically just to make sure you double check your facts, because there's, like I was saying about the horizon, it's an apparent horizon, so if you just have to be armed with the right kind of information so that you're ready to answer questions or to not make more videos saying wrong things and just kind of further.
We've all fallen into the trap where we've heard something on a video and it sounded right, and it didn't show flat earth to be true, and then told that to people, and then found out later, well, that word doesn't really mean that, or that...
Yeah, one of the worst things I did was on Globebusters, somebody had said that quote by Tesla that said, the Earth is not a planet, it's a realm. And I mean, I just went straight to Globebusters and said it, and then I remember saying it, and as I said it, saying, I didn't check this.
Right.
I gotta check it after the show.
Everything.
After the show, I spent hours just looking for it. Please let me find that damn quote, but it wasn't there. So I mean, ended up it was, I think that guy Daryl something from Facebook is the one who just kind of made it up.
There's a lot of memes out there you'll find on social media that are attributed to people, famous people have said, that may bolster flat earth, but you've got to make sure you find out if those
Really
people
make sure.
really said it, because oftentimes they didn't. It's too good to be true. Rob Skeever, your answer.
There's a, shall I say, ancient proverb that says a prophet is hailed everywhere except his hometown. And that's
Yeah, I'll go check, how do we get out of here? I'm just gonna go check and see if it's dinging downstairs. Might be a good chance for me to go get my iPad too, because I do not want to lose coverage of this conference for you guys. I brought my iPad too, so it's oops, where did I go? I went the wrong way. I went to the mall part.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bell sound you have just heard.
Oh yeah, I gotta take the elevator.
First stage alarm system.
Or
Please remain where you are. Presently, our response team is on their way to locate the source of the alarm. Carefully look for any immediate danger to yourself. Please wait for further instructions over.
yeah, it looks like my battery's at 25%, so I'm gonna go get my stuff. I think that's the lady. Was that the lady Mac was talking to? I think she's crying or something. She's all nervous. Maybe she's a crisis actor. Or I should say actress. I'm just gonna rush and grab my stuff. Ooh, there's a pink dress. It's pretty smoky out here actually, guys. Something's on fire. It's all an act. Doesn't even smell like real smoke. I know. Yeah, look at the pretty fire trucks. That means there's a fire, I guess, eh? Just because there's a truck here. Maybe they'll label me as a terrorist because I'm bald or something. Better watch. It's kind of a weird smell around here too. It smells like that's not smoke. Fuck. It smells like a steam room at the Y. You know when the steam comes out of the wall or a pipe? That's what it smells like. Where did I park? Or where did Mac park? Oh, can't even. Walked right by my car. Don't even know what my own car looks like. I've got this on the side window, and that's Liza. Can I reverse this or what? What does that look like now? Same thing, eh? Whatever. Okay. Let's grab my. Gotta grab my charger too. Get back into the circus show there pretty soon there with all the nice dinging. Should carry my. Okay, I got that. Just get organized, you guys. Alright, now we're set. So if I lose you from the battery, I'll just go back live within a minute or so on my iPad. I've got my iPad right here. I have my cord to charge the phone. Maybe I can find I got a 10-foot cord here for the phone, so I'll just try to find a outlet. Yeah, it doesn't even smell like smoke. It's hilarious, guys. Like it smells like pure. It smells purified air. Actually, you know, it smells like mist, like a humidifier or something. That's funny. Look at all the pretty lights. Yeah, and of course they show up at this entrance. Why couldn't they show up at any other entrance? like 25 different entrances to this mall. Why did they show up at this entrance? There's the fake actors right there. Yeah. Good job, boys. Oh, 15% battery. Gotta hurry. This guy here behind me is one of the fire guys. He's kind of laughing. Yeah. Kind of a bunch of retards. Well, there's some more actors. Here we go. That's hilarious. How do I go by the elevator? Oh, that's pretty dress. Hello. 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 You know what, guys? That dinging is only upstairs. It's only upstairs where the conference is. Yeah, it's only upstairs. Welcome back to the circus. Start panicking. Crazy. We're the crisis actors now. It's all a fake show. I'm on a sheep. See if I can find it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as per the fire department, thank you ask that you do close your windows in your room, as it is fairly smoky outside at the moment. Thank you for your cooperation.
To give them author accounts on my site, where they can just rip apart his book, take whatever section that you want, and it's open to all you guys as well to help me out with this, but to partner with other people, because he's making the rounds right now. He's one of the big detractors out there. But I'll say this at the same time, saying he's about 80% on our side. When you really get down to it. So I would actually like to see him converted, ultimately. But part of my strategy right now, as far as me going on the offense is going
Ladies
after.
and gentlemen, as per the fire department, they do ask that you return to your rooms and close your windows as it is fairly smoky outside. Thank you for your cooperation.
I want to have so many articles on my website that if anybody looks up flat earth, flat wrong, all the Google searches are going to be from my site, not his. And then what we may be able to do then, if everybody's open to it, if the idea is that it'd be an open source place for people to deposit their information. Anybody who's so inclined can take any of that content on there and make a compilation book of their own to go up against them. So, theoretically, we can have a lot of different books because let's say everybody on the panel here contributes to it, and I have my own take on it. Well, I can, if we're all open to that and it's open source, I can say, well, Jaren's got a great quote right here. When Jaren says da-da-da, and I can put together my own book that would have his information.
Yeah, it's funny how no one cares.
So we need to start getting.
We're all used to it.
More than just our YouTube, I think.
We know not to overreact.
More, mindful of the need to unite and to go on the offensive. That's my view.
And do people know that Son Janice is the one from the movie The Principal?
I think a lot of people do. He's
a great movie.
Yeah. He destroys heliocentricity from a scientific point of view, and as well as from a biblical worldview. So, hit from both. So, like I said, he's about 80% on our side. So, but I'm not backing down from these people. And the
Wave to Flat Earth Fokker.
What they're doing to the text is
Wave.
And we work with mainstream scientists. this. Nobody here would be opposed to that. The mainstream scientists are the ones opposed to even.
Maybe we can tap on his head.
Perhaps
How do we
someday.
tap on his head? Go.
Perhaps someday the bell will stop.
Squeeze his head.
Hi, Connie from Red Deer. If the moon is closer,
Ladies and gentlemen, the crisis actors will show up in just momentarily. They will put on a beautiful performance of a non-existing, non-panicking situation. But everybody should just go crazy.
path and is within the dome, why could we not?
Missy, who's Missy? Missy selling out. You should subscribe to my channel. I don't have many people. Boo-hoo. Heavy metal ruined my life. What is happening?
That it happened, it kind of subconsciously makes us think that we could live on it. So, I mean, personally, I think no matter what the moon is, I don't think it's a big rock in the sky because it kind of breaks a lot of those laws of physics that I would think exist. But then again, it is a celestial item, it's not a terrestrial item. So, I mean, for me, I just, I don't think it's someplace you can go because I don't think you can stand on a
Ralkin, what's happening? Oh, some just cause you're streaming
There's
live.
right now, their problem, even today.
I do a lot more than that. Come on.
The Orion program.
Check out the nice videos of my sunsets and stuff. And
And there's a famous video many of you guys probably
I care for
NASA put out,
people
saying-
more than
talking about
people
the Orion
think.
project, saying one of our biggest problems right now is
I do what I can.
radiation. Of course, anybody with half a brain should be raising their hand going, why don't you just put on the same jumpsuits and get in the same tin can you did 50 years ago? And go clean up Fukushima while you're at it. If that's
Yeah.
actually works.
Missy selling out. You're a good person too. Everybody's on Flat Earth are awesome people.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna die in the back. No, I tried to.
Ladies and gentlemen, as for the fire department, they have
Yeah, for those of you that have joined in just recently, there is a fake fire alarm going, and there are fire trucks outside. I went outside, and there does not smell like smoke. It smells like a humidifier, like clean, misty air, or like a sauna.
We don't actually get closer to the moon. If you notice, when you go up towards it, it gets further away. So it isn't like we see it full moon and we start flying in an airplane and we get closer to it. So it doesn't seem like it's almost like what do you call it? A lenticular. I don't know if you've ever
And we're on the
seen
third floor, I think, second or third floor, and it's only dinging up here. It's nowhere else. You go down to the main floor, and it's not dinging.
portraying for each person. Yeah, like a rainbow.
And there was already one lady in a panic mode. She was outside crying because she's worried that she's going to be attacked or something. It's quite hilarious.
Real quick, the challenge I came up with was born out of people that were interviewing me saying.
I'm just waiting for the crisis actors to show up with all the fake blood.
And I used to say that you put a 4K camera on top of a rocket, and let it run. Don't turn it off. Don't edit anything. That's going to take forever.
And like I said earlier, before in the video and other videos, that I met Mark Sargent and Patricia Steer, and all of the other people
Can create a vacuum chamber, in all sorts of different universities, and we should have plenty of spaces.
Max giving me shit because I'm talking too loud.
And so I said, okay, give me an S.
So anyways, I was saying that Mark Sargent and Patricia Steer are two wonderful people, and I don't know why people trash them. We sat at the restaurant yesterday for like 6 hours, and they are just awesome people. They're doing whatever they can for flat earthers.
Standing next to me, yeah, holding hands while we both go down. But it's true. That was the thing I came up with, because a fabric suit, a fabric bag of air cannot survive in a vacuum. I challenge any of you here to even come up with a sci-fi explanation.
Yeah, blood stains. That's funny.
Because I couldn't even come up with anything in movies and television. I could not imagine the technology that's supposedly in that backpack that stops a suit from going tight on a snare drum and bursting.
And why that technology isn't used for so many other things for all of us here on Earth. Even the way they say the suits can check for micrometers when on the ISS they're out doing spacewalks. Let's have that stuff on our cars on the exterior, on our children's bicycle helmets. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
But you're also not speaking of the bell. It had like different things in it, like a balloon, so you see the balloon in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, our response team has located and rectified the source of the trouble. You may resume your activity. Thank you for your attention and cooperation.
Thank you. You're talking about putting a balloon in there so it expands in water so it boils.
Yeah, well, oh yeah, the three tests. Yeah, the bell, because the bell.
To verify that they are in fact in a vacuum.
So you do that test, those 3 tests first, then
Well,
you
having them in there with those things.
Yeah, because it can't be faked. Well, you can't fake all 3. And you could, those 3 things would cost you all, what, $4? It's easy to do.
We're going to go to you, Eddie, with the microphone, but first to the back, the gentleman who has the microphone with your
All
question.
right, I'm Whitney, I'm from, wait.
A little louder, because she's going to talk again.
Ladies and gentlemen, our response team has located and rectified the source of the trouble. You may resume your activities. Thank you for your attention and cooperation.
I will hand it to Canada, they are thorough.
My name's Whitney, I'm from here as well. This is for Jaron. I'm going to talk just about everyone there so far, except for you, Jaron. My question for you is more along the line of your freedom of information request to NASA. And the development on that, I haven't heard anything on that. You may have put it up on your YouTube channel or something, but I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't. Finally, it took a month till I got the money back from my bank, and then I was able to submit the payment again, and it went through this time. And then she told me July 17th, she said she would have it by the 30th. I never got any calls. And then just the day before yesterday, she called and told me to make the final payment the day after the video. So as soon as I make that payment, then they should ship it. So we'll see what we get, because I had to send them a hard drive. So there's something on there, according to her.
Can you let everyone know what?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, it's going to be all released to archive.org and then also on my channel when it's completion, whatever I do.
My name is James from Calgary, Alberta. Just a question for everybody. When you first started discussing Flat Earth, have you ever had any close friends or family, maybe extended family, that have reacted badly to this? Maybe got aggressive, overly hostile, or just cut ties with you, and how have you dealt with it?
I started out by saying, if you want to see somebody get in touch with their inner psycho, just mention that you're looking into it. And you will see sweet old ladies go bat crap crazy right now. Your grandmother that was like the sweetest woman ever, like, go insane. And I've seen, wow, people that I never in a million years would have imagined losing it go crazy in front of me. And, you know, that's what made me think there is something on a spiritual level here. Like, I can't explain it in any rational sense. Why somebody would go that berserk in front of me, just at the mere mention of, hey, you know, I'm looking into this flat earth. Yeah, I've lost friends. You know, for the most part, my family has been really cool with it because they've been along with me on the journey. And like I said during one of my presentations, where I'm showing my dad, who was also a pilot. So yeah, I got him going with the attitude indicator. I'm like, Dad, you know, it's been about 20 years since I've flown. I think I remember can you explain how the attitude indicator works again? And he went through the whole thing. So I popped out on him, and he's like, yeah, that's a good question. So, you know, my immediate family has...
Missy selling out. I hope you're doing very well today, and everybody else who's watching the chat.
Take off.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything so much like that I can think of. Nobody got real upset. Although I do think a reason why people would is, you know, everything changes in your life. Your parents pass away, your grandparents pass away, you change schools, you change homes, and the one thing that never changes is the board. So it's kind of like that baby blanket for people that, you know, it's just the one thing that they thought they'd never have to even question because it's been a ball since you were. So I think that could be a reason why people lose it, because that's kind of all they have to hold on to.
Most of my family was okay with it, or neutral with it, because I'm a pretty strange guy sometimes anyway. It's true, somewhat eccentric. But I did have a cousin who I'd only talk to maybe twice a year, write me an email and just laced me with profanity. You know, it's like, what the bleep.
Yeah, I just,
It's like, and I hadn't written her
I had to be there to
year at least.
stream it for people. I just,
And I save it now.
that's what my main goal was for coming here. I wanted to help other people out, you know.
I'm also saving it for if we run into it. We haven't spoken since, and I have to go through her twin sister but yeah, it does happen from time to time.
Lots of hugs.
My brother, my sister said, very interesting. I know you're intelligent, so there must be something to this, but I don't have time to look into it. We've all heard that. My brother said,
Yeah, Rob's always, Rob, do you ever take a break? You're always working.
Christian, unquote, and are you a Holocaust denier who hates Jews? And I went, what about anything I said? Like, those things. And you've known me all my life, and it was a weird response.
But that's a top response.
That's a top response. Exactly.
Patricia, we have another question here.
Yes.
Lynn from Idaho. You know, I'm a flat earther, but if you look at the night sky, there's a ton of heliocentric model evidence. I mean, you got the moon that looks 3D, like a sphere with the craters. You got, you know, phases of the moon shining into the sun like it's reflecting off of it. You got planets that look like they're orbiting with us around the sun. You have Jupiter and moons, got comets with solar wind tails. So either whoever created the flat earth decided to put all this in place to mess with our heads, or hologram technology came along at some point, although look at all the flaws to it, so they had the technology to do it, but they didn't do it perfect. Or what? Help me out here.
Who wants to tackle that one? I think some of the things you said may be true and some might be.
I don't see.
You need to take a break, Rob.
Heliocentric, evidence, but at the same time, why? You know, the saying I like to throw out to people is, God created the sun and the moon, but it was NASA that told you what they were and how far they were away.
And then you see.
Yeah, and what's happening in the sky. So, you know, I generally jump back to, you know, what we can do now. And, you know, like 2001: A Space Odyssey. I challenge anyone to go into the Blu-ray and look at that moon when they're heading towards the moon. It's gorgeous. It's flawless. And we did that movie back in the 60s. We're talking about powers and technology is way, way beyond us.
And if it was all heliocentric proof, I think that they would have said it was heliocentric from the start. But they obviously didn't, because no one had taught it to them when they were, you know, in kindergarten. So I think we are all very conditioned to look at things on that kind of spherical model, and then what really makes sense in the planets. And, but I myself struggle with, I watch Jupiter and its moons, you know, almost every night, and it is interesting. But then again, I've never been shown, you know, enough evidence to say that Jupiter is bigger than a basketball or bigger than a 10-foot or 100-foot. I don't know how big it is. They tell me it's 100 times as big as the Earth, and I think that that's ridiculous, and I don't think there's evidence for it. So until they prove those things to me, I just look at it as a light in the sky, and I've got 4 little lights that seem to circle it or follow it.
And what happens up there doesn't really make what we're standing on like what's up there.
True. It's way different. I mean, look at all the life that's here, and we know that there's even massive, that there's no life anywhere else. So it's a very big difference between this place where, well, I feel the Earth is the biggest thing that there is by far. There's nothing even close to the size of the Earth.
Except Elon Musk's ego.
And also, you have to remember that the heliocentric cosmology is the new kid in town. Before that, every culture on Earth, going back as far as recorded history, has had the cosmology as a flat, stationary Earth. All of the, we talked about some of the instruments that were found, like the Antikythera device and astrolabes and stuff like this, that absolutely show that these predictions and this cosmology was just as viable on a flat Earth as it is on the heliocentric model. It's only been the last 500 years, basically, that they've been back engineering it and also making up a lot of their own facts as they go along. You know, like putting the sun out to 93 million miles, but before it was that, it was much further, and it's also been much closer. So it's been a trial and error process for the heliocentrists also.
Any other questions from the audience?
Hi, my name is Jessica Mason. I'm from
Grand Prairie, Alberta, 5 hours west from here. My question is, for a lot of us are on social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and as you know, they are censoring big time. So posts are getting taken down, people's YouTube pages are disappearing. I mean, I'm a nobody and my posts are deleted all the time. So do you guys have any alternative media sources that we can go to when this all shuts down?
Very good. I think that's probably very much on all of our minds. I mean, you put a lot of time and effort into the content and trying to build your subscription base and everything else, and like at any second, it could all go away. I have yet to find the alternative yet. I am still looking myself, because each one that I've been told about has its problems also. So I don't have that solution, but what I've been doing with my subscribers is saying, look, I'm creating an email list. Get on my email list, because if one day you go and find my YouTube channel is gone, that's about the only way I'm going to be able to contact most of you. You know, so that's what I'm taking steps to do right now. But I don't know, maybe you guys know of some alternatives, but I think that's on all of our minds right now.
You know, it also seems like YouTube's got the handle on video players that actually play well on the browser. I just I don't know about everybody else. I can't get videos to play on the browser. It seems like, so if you want a decent running video that works well, it's like YouTube's the only place.
They've made it so it's the only game in town, and they're also playing with it, as Marcus pointed out before, with the search.
I'd also like to say that don't think, and I know the Alex Jones thing that happened just as we were getting up here, you know, probably weighed on all your minds. But don't forget that that was an individual. And Flat Earth is an idea. I mean, technically, we could all die in a plane crash tomorrow. But at the same time, you know, Flat Earth keeps going. I mean, Flat Earth is a massive, massive idea. You try to shut down Flat Earth at this point, it would be very, very difficult to do. I have to quote real quick the Google YouTube engineer that finally, after he left Google for a certain amount of time, his disclosure agreement lapsed, and he did an interview. And literally, out of all the things he could have picked in terms of topics, he was asking how search engines work and how things are recommended. He goes, look, when somebody watches 20 Flat Earth videos in a row, what do you think we're going to recommend? We're going to recommend that. We are still this secret cash cow for YouTube, because there's a lot of people go into it. And I'll finish with this. When the ad apocalypse, if you guys didn't know what that was, when YouTube wanted to get some of their bigger sponsors back, and they were going after some of the channels that were out there and shutting them down, Flat Earth did not take much of a hit in comparison. Yeah, there were a few channels that took hits here and there, but you know, I can't speak for any of you guys here. I lost no videos from YouTube, and most people I talked to didn't lose any videos. Flat Earth is bigger than just a small bias that's out there. When people come against us, it's not that easy to pin down. I can't even imagine if I was even working for YouTube, how I would take out Flat Earth. There's too many ways to sneak it in. Anyway.
Keep using the social media that you've got until otherwise informed, and use it a lot. No matter what you do, just try to talk about it. I think, you know, the whole Fight Club thing, you know, don't talk about it. I really think we should try to talk about it as much as possible. But of course, know who you're talking to. Approach them in a way that would make sense to them. And then if you're shut down, don't waste a lot of time with them. Don't engage in fighting with them. You can never convert anyone by fighting with them.
Just one more real quick thing. Don't pick a fight if you don't have to. That's the Fight Club reference, which is, look, if you know they're going to come at you, yeah, fine. If you're in the mood for a fight, sure, go ahead. But don't sacrifice friends and family and coworkers just because you want to ham-fist it. You know, show some delicacy.
Sometimes being right is something that you know. You don't have to force it on someone else.
Patricia, you have another question?
Yes, and then there's John here, and Eddie, you wanted to ask the question too, right? All right.
Great, this is kind of mixed, from Windsor here. Thanks guys for answering the questions that we have. So, Shambhala, right, we have the North Pole, we have Santa Claus lives there, maybe, and the testimony of Appleberg going there. What's your kind of thoughts on that? And then going into the lights, or sorry, the stars and the sun being as sort of times and seasons of what's to come and what is happening now. Your thoughts on astrology, with the occult and New Age and just all that kind of wrapping. Yeah, not this.
About 5 more hours to come. That's okay.
pretty wide, pretty deep
Well,
question.
I would love to go north. I mean, I think that if anybody can ever orchestrate some sort of journey up there, it would be the best thing that we could do. I don't think you'd make it. I mean, I'm not saying to do it to you. I just don't know if logistically it could happen. But I think it's huge importance to see. Were you talking to Bob earlier about the idea of the magnetic mountain? Yeah, I think that's highly possible. That there is some sort of Mount Meru there at the center. That's why they don't have flights that go right over it. They seem to go askew with anybody within a certain range there. So I think we got to get there.
Yeah, I agree. For a while, all of our attention was on Antarctica, what's going on, and I think there's a lot of interesting stuff going on down there for sure. But the temperature difference between the south and the north is dramatic. I mean, it's just crazy how different it is. And the north is way more reasonably accessible. I'm sure that there are probably some sort of government restrictions and things, but in terms of climate and other things, it's a lot more accessible. And when you start, at least when I started to look into the whole Rupes Negra, Mount Meru, sides of the north, Mount Zion, whatever you want to call it, this thing that's supposedly in the center of the north, it gets very interesting. In fact, most of us went to schools that had the Mercator map hanging in our classroom. And if you look into Mercator and read what he wrote to John Dee, Mercator wrote this letter to John Dee describing in quite a bit of detail about this magnetic lodestone mountain with a circumference of 33 miles, I think it was, or is it diameter, I forget, of 33 miles, that has 4 rivers going out from it with 4 island-like small continents around it. And many ancient cultures had an understanding of this place and regularly wrote about it. And when you see that writing about this place it goes all the way into the 1940s with Admiral Byrd, I think there's something to it. And I'm now, I don't believe in Santa Claus, but I am now, I am like way more interested in the north than I am in the south. And I think if there's any way to get there, I would, look, if we can at least get to the landmass, that's cool enough, because the rivers are pretty wild, and the description of the 4 land islands there are pretty amazing. And I would like to get as far on the land to go see the whirlpool, because there's something like 400 or 500 miles across, whirlpool at the center, the mountain is in the center of this whirlpool. Wow, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
What about the stars and the signs and the seasons?
And I'd actually just like to get into the aurora borealis. So with that, with the whirlpool, with aurora being light and aurora being a hole, like borealis, light coming from a hole, what's up with that?
Okay. How many of you guys have seen the video that I did with Andy Hoy and his tabernacle model? Anybody raise your hand? Anybody see that? If you haven't, you should look through my video list for the video that I did with a guy named Andy Hoy. And mind you, the information came to me at a time when I was really beat down, when I first got into this with Mark in April 2015, I started blogging like crazy and writing and putting up what eventually became testandbuild.com. By August, the world's coming after me, attacking me. I got sciatica, my wife's father, my father-in-law's in our living room dying from cancer. It was a rough season, and I said, screw this, I'm done. I put up Phil Collins, I don't care anymore, on every page on my website. And put up the Phil Collins video, I don't care anymore. I was like, forget it, I'm done with this. Then I get this letter from an atheist saying, how dare you? And it was actually an atheist that made me put it back up again because of how much it meant to him. I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. What was the original question? Aurora Borealis. So I'm in the middle of all this, like I'm way down low. And I get this package in the mail from this guy, Andy Hoy. And usually it's something like that, it goes in there. I'll get to it later pile, which I almost never get to. I finally opened it up and looked at it, and he had these very detailed, he's an engineer, he's a Hebrew scholar, and he had spent time in Israel studying the tabernacle in the wilderness. And as an engineer, he's saying the usual rectangular box that is usually depicted as the ancient tabernacle doesn't work from an engineering perspective, nor does it work from a linguistic when you look at the text and everything. So he went back to the text and looked at it in Hebrew, and as an engineer, he said, wait a minute, everybody's assuming you connect the long curtains on the long ends. The text just says connect them at the ends. Everybody assumes the long ends, and when you do, you get rectangular box. But he says the text doesn't demand that, so I wonder what would happen if I connected at the short ends. And when he did, he ended up with a 6-story high circular dome tent, within which is the Holy of Holies, that has curtains set up with cherubim on them. And if that is a blueprint of something that Moses was shown in heaven, I believe he may have been shown what I call the Yahuwah terrarium, or this place that we're living in. In which case, the throne would be right above it, and the curtains in the tabernacle represent what we call the Aurora Borealis.
Isn't that exactly what that Cosmos,
Oh, yeah, the Egyptian monk, Cosmos, he said something along those lines. So, I don't know, but it, seems rather interesting that we may have this thing called Rupert Negra or Mount Meru, the sides of the North Mount Zion, right under the location of the throne, and we have this curtain, and if you've ever seen the Northern Lights, we're hoping to in a couple days maybe, it looks like these wavy curtains up there in the sky, so.
It's Wizard of Oz, with the curtain, behind the curtain lies the truth, the man with all the power. There's a lot of these things that are connected.
But yeah, look up the video, I did a whole thing on it with Andy Goldberg.
Trish, I got another question. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Thank you first for coming to Edmonton, everyone who came. Thank you all for these Connecting Experience. Just more than a question, I sort of have a comment. I'd like to go back to what you were talking about earlier about how to talk to someone who has never thought about a father before. And nervous, I'm not leaning. I think that Mark was right when he suggested going after first NASA and the American Space Program, because I think that's what happened to me. And regardless of your politics, if everyone could just kind of take a deep breath and forget who you like and don't like, and what the media especially has told us, because as you pointed out, and as most of us know, we are being lied to. And I think that's something we can really all agree on. Like, that's a really good jump off point almost, was to point that out, that, yeah, we're definitely being lied to on some things, right? So, with NASA, for example, I saw with my own eyes and watched a video where NASA, in compilation with Obama actually, admitting that we cannot leave Earth's lower orbit. So if we can't leave Earth's lower orbit, and the moon isn't in Earth's lower orbit apparently, how did we go? And if it is within Earth's lower orbit, then we're allowed to look where it is exactly, right? And the size of it too. And that's where I think the moon is really interesting. And there's other reasons too, of course. When it comes to, let's say Trump, for example, he stood with Buzz Aldrin beside him, and he said, Buzz made all kinds of weird faces. I don't know if you've seen that video. Anyway, regardless of what you think of Buzz Aldrin, even, Trump said that it's going to be difficult for people to understand why we're creating a space program when there is no space. And you can Google it, Trump says there is no space, regardless of what you think of him. And so he also said, but it's interesting, if you pay attention, I think, just to what we're being told on that level, it shows that we're right. We're right about being lied to. It's a good place to start, I think. Right? And if there is a reason why we haven't moved or left Earth's lower orbit, what is it? And if it is a dome and you're talking to scientists, suggest something like plasma. Get them thinking, like, what could it be? It doesn't have to be, and that was the other thing I wanted to mention too, is that I don't think you have to be religious to believe that we're being lied to, or that there's a chance that there is a dome or something above us, something, call it a firmament, call it a dome, call it plasma, call it whatever you want, but there's something. There's some reason why we can't leave Earth's orbit. What is it? Right? So, I don't know, just a thought, just a way to maybe get the ball rolling, that's all. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a beautiful voice, by the way. You are so gorgeous. No one would believe your age ever, ever, ever.
Okay. I do want to respond to one comment that you made, about why is it that we can't get out there. And a very interesting news item came up, about 2 or 3 years ago from the University of Colorado, and then was also verified by MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And in this article, they described that they have found a Star Trek-like shield about 7,000 miles above the Earth. And they say that it is so bizarre that it seems like it's an absolute solid object, and they have no explanation for it, but they're saying, well, this has got to be what's protecting us from the Van Allen radiation belts. But yeah, just the fact that that came out by CSU and then was verified by MIT, that in and of itself should really make people question things. So.
Hi, my name is Ellie from St. Albert, and I'm just wondering, with all the different space stations that we've had up there, the American, the Russian, the international, do you guys know of any experiments that have benefited mankind?
That's a great question. A lot of money, and no. And you think that these actors that they hire, or whatever you want to call them, you think that they would have something to say when they're asked, what experiments are you doing? And every time they just say the word science over and over again, and can't even make up one. So it's pretty pathetic. But I think that's based off what she said too. That's where we need to start with people. Point those things out. NASA says that every astronaut is one of 4,000 applicants. I mean, we should be expecting so much higher of a caliber than we're getting. Yeah.
It seems like they play with toys on the ISS, really. The gorilla suits, guitar,
water ping pong,
showing us how the toilets work and how you wash your hair. Things that would amuse children, stuffed animals flying in the air, and continually growing lettuce for some strange reason.
Yeah, Joe and I will make that joke. You can look it up, just Google it, and then change the time that you're searching. Go back to 1990 to 95, or 95 to 2000, and they're always, they grew out lettuce in the ISS for the time.
The same as they found water on Mars a few different times.
Yeah.
And they present it every time as if, it might start to get you to believe in the Mandela effect, as if it's brand new information. And I think that's how they're, like the book 1984, when they change the truth and then throw the old story down the memory hole where it would burn and disappear. That's how they're tricking everybody who's not paying close attention. Just saying a totally different story, and everyone just believes it's true. And that's why it's really important for us, all of Flat Earthers, not just who's here, to remain vigilant, keep track of these elements.
Take screenshots, things like that. You're absolutely right. That's what scares me about the Mandela effect. I don't think that the Mandela effect itself is true. I think it's just bad memories. But then what they're going to do with that is once everybody's convinced it's just our bad memories, then they start removing things from history, and the answer is going to be, oh, we remembered it. So that's the plan, is by making us think, oh, Sex in the City, Sex and the City, how do we spell Fruit Loops, people are going to get used to the fact, oh, it's just our bad memories, and then when they start plucking things off the internet, it's going to be our default answer. Oh, I guess I just remember that.
Yeah, they could tell us they already went to Mars in 15 years. They could just put that in the news, that we've been there. See, it's already working on Mars. Next question.
There is no dark side of the moon, really. As a matter of fact, it's all dark.
Speak a little louder.
There is no dark side of the moon, really. As a matter of fact, it's all dark. Okay, my question happens to deal with, I haven't done it, I got ladies, I forgot, I don't know what the reason is, I've always wanted to get back to it. But I'm seeing, and I believe, and I accept, I don't know what to think, because again, I don't know. What's the deal when they're telling us the moon didn't start glowing in 1977?
I've never heard that.
Nobody?
Well, I know where you're going with this, but no, the moon, this was talked by a few other people, and that is, when did we all of a sudden notice that the moon was glowing? Beforehand, like the entire Apollo space program. I think I know where you're going with this, which is the entire, when you go up and look at the moon in a full bright moon, tonight or whenever it's full, it's really, really bright, extremely bright, white. In fact, you can't even look at it with night vision. And yet, when you look at all the photos and movies of Apollo, it's this dark, ashen gray. And we'll take it one step further, and then that picture that Rob shows where the moon is transiting in front of the Earth, the color's all wrong. That it's completely off.
Or when the astronauts are on the moon, supposedly, Why isn't it just this crazy bright white light shining out?
It should be totally overexposed.
That's interesting too, because what you see in the, I've looked into Galileo's drawings, they say before they had a telescope that they couldn't see the markings on the moon. There's no drawings of it from 1400, 1200, so why wouldn't you be able to see what we can clearly see with our
Because someone changed the light bulbs.
I mean, there's no drawings of it. I mean, they didn't really, and in fact, they thought it was like, they didn't even think there was any kind of craters or anything on it until they got the telescope. That story's never tried with me again, back in history, so I don't really go much to it.
Interesting.
Another question? I find it really fascinating. I've heard so many times Barack Obama scoff people who believe in flat Earth. And also Hillary Clinton saying so many times, we've hit the glass ceiling. I find it fascinating for people who don't believe. Why would they use those kind of terms? Another thing I want to bring up is my relatives prefer to be entertained than educated. That scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, I think we all have relatives like that.
Yeah, let me throw in a quick story because I know we've got 7 minutes left. To that point, I went to a party and they wanted to watch a movie, and they sat down and it's like they had a choice between JFK, a movie from Oliver Stone, and Serenity. And I asked them which one they wanted, and almost everybody had already seen Serenity, which was a space movie, an entertainment movie, and JFK almost no one had seen. And I said, and I could recommend it. I said, well, look, JFK's a brilliant film. Why you got to watch this at least once. And the reply back was almost unanimously was, we don't want to learn anything. We want to be entertained. And it's like, it's killing me.
I've heard a person before who said, why are you always looking into things? Sometimes I just don't want to learn.
Yeah.
First and last statement.
I got another question.
Very good.
My name's Brian from Red Deer, Alberta. My question is there any credence to this pole shift that you keep hearing about? I guess if there's flat, there wouldn't be, but there is obviously magnetic fields up north.
We just automatically hand the microphone.
Okay, well, my answer to that is there could be a pole shift magnetically. And in fact, we are witnessing this happening at this very moment. Earth's magnetic fields are radically changing, and in fact, to the degree that a lot of airports are actually having to rename their runway numbers because the magnetic bearing is changing. And I find this interesting because we're also seeing some really radical changes, weather-wise around the world. And one thing that I really find interesting is the whole story of the rapture, and also how this time around, when the world ends, that it's going to basically be happening in fire. Well, if you follow the electric universe model and understand how this plasma actually works, if magnetically we do actually change this polarity, it could very well cause that thing that I was talking about today about what is it that determines up from down to actually change over, and that could be the catalyst that could
Yeah, no problem, Rob.
start going up, and it would also wreak havoc with the plasma system. So I would say that it is possible. We are definitely seeing some very interesting signs regarding that. Not to mention all the heat waves. Of course, a lot of that could also be brought about by other artificial manipulation of the weather. But it certainly right now has enough evidence that I would be watching it very carefully.
Just mention the time of the
Hi, my name's Christina. I'm from Edmonton area. I just was wondering what your guys' theories are with eclipses and like from the Bible and stuff. Like in Egypt during the plagues, there was darkness. So was that an eclipse? And what is it?
Yeah. In the Genesis account, it says he makes two great lights. One to rule the day, one to rule the night. It doesn't say he makes a great light and a rock which is a reflector. We see in other places where it says that the moon will not give her light. So, from my perspective, from a biblical perspective, that they're some sort of light-generating objects that are up there. And if they can be turned on, I suppose they can be turned off. Now, eclipses are different. It's a scenario where something's going in front of something else. Now, I had I don't know what else to call it. It was like it was more realistic than a dream. I don't know if it was an open vision or what it was, I don't know, but it was very vivid. I was in this dream vision, whatever you want to call it. I was on a lake doing a long distance test with the P900. And there was this really loud boom, like this crazy loud, deep boom, and the sun shut off. It just turned off. And it was beyond pitch black in my vision. And so in that, what does it mean? I have no idea. I ate something before I went to bed, I don't know. But it was a tangible darkness, and that's the same type of darkness that's described during the time of the eclipse. So, what does that mean? I don't know. If they are just light bulbs that were turned on at day 4 of creation, then they could be
Having trouble keeping my battery charged. The
Actually, I have a
cord is pretty loose here, so I'm doing what I can.
My name is Bonnie. I'm from Sherwood Park. And I just wanted to let the people in the Edmonton area know that I really want to start having meetups here. So, Mark has graciously offered to put the notices on his channel so that everyone will know when and where the meetups are scheduled, and we hope to have a great turnout, and we hope to do this at least once a month. So hope to see you all soon again.
Yeah, right here.
Hi, my name is Veronica. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta. Kind of following up with the last question, I just wanted to know if you guys believe in the sun simulators.
The sun simulator?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen video of one of them that they have the hexagon, which is pretty crazy because we know that they can put up things 8,000 pounds on balloons. So that's why I've had a couple people trying to offer to either buy my way down to Antarctica. They're Globers. They really want me to go to Antarctica and watch this 24-hour sun. And for me, it's just not worth the money because they don't think it would be proof because they put you in one spot with a bunch of people at a camp, and if I see a light just go around my head, I still am standing on frozen tundra that's getting 6 months of sun, and I'm not sure that that's enough when I've seen that sun simulator. NASA's got 2 panels ready for it.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely, they're not getting patents for 50 days, I don't think. I definitely think they have it. What for? I have no idea. They've got all kinds of telescope stuff down there in Antarctica too that's crazy. We don't get to see very much of huge things. 10-story high reflector mirrors, and who knows what they're doing with this thing.
Does anyone else on the panel believe in them?
I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, I've seen some same stuff he's
I think
referring
they
to.
exist by what I've seen.
Yeah, I believe definitely. I've seen the patents that you can just look
But of
on.
course, we all know that patents can be fake.
Well,
and
yeah,
videos
fair
and-
enough.
Right.
But certainly someone somewhere has been thinking about this and took the time to draw schematics and go
Well,
through.
why? What
Yeah.
are they planning on using it for?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially if they believe global warming and all that, why would you want to add another sun?
Melting at some parts of Antarctica because something is buried there. I mean, these are things you start thinking about.
Yeah. Also, look how far lighting technology has come. For example, Jen and I both have these 6,300 lumen flashlights, and when you look at the bulbs in them, the LED bulbs, there's almost nothing to them. It's crazy. So when I look at that, and I think of if you had an entire panel of them the size of something very large and a good power source behind it, you literally could create something like this. So I don't think
Missy, thanks for joining today, and I'll comment on some of your videos there. Hope you're doing well.
I'm just a movie, and Mark's a movie expert, and I always forget titles and quotes of movies. Maybe you'll remember where there are people and they have there's a sun simulator, and that one doesn't work, and they have to go to another area to live. Ring a bell? It's in movies.
Patricia, do we have time for one more? Right here.
Be the last.
Hi friends, my name is Michael. I'm sure most can agree that the spell of Hollywood is a big influence on the masses and our neighbors across south as opposed to down south. with Trump pushing out his Space Force, to me, just perceiving with the generation kind of growing up now, seeing these space indoctrination movies, just my speculation, I'm sure there's many agendas, but to me, it's just a scam because, hey, they can never use enough meat shields in any military, whatever country, but I just want to know your guys' take on what the Space Force, which is, well, it's my opinion, but
I think you're 100% right. That's what better way to get teenagers and college kids to be interested in joining the military. So they want to go into the Space Force, those are, we get started here. We have a place there that we have somewhere in the Marines. So I think that's right. That seems like to me.
That seems to me to be a perpetuation. If the Werner von Braun deathbed testimony is true, then he said it. It's all based on a lie. But there's always another excuse for space-based weapon. And creating a space force, and it's a militarized thing. That's what we're talking about. Ronald Reagan's Star Wars, right? From my perspective, biblically speaking, we see that in the end times, the sky is going to open like a sky balloon, and it tells you that the sky is going to roll away like a scroll, and that Yeshua is coming back on a horse. And Revelation 19:19 says that all the nations of the world have gathered together to make war with the one coming on the horse. So for me, when I look at this whole agenda for space-based weapons, that's what makes the most sense. That they're trying to find a way to make war with God, and if we believe we're in the end times, that day may be approaching when the sky dome opens up and they want to be ready for it.
I read that former astronaut, in quotes, Scott Kelly said when Trump started talking about a Space Force originally, he said it was a quote dumb idea. That's interesting. So they're creating their own opposition with asking Scott Kelly to say that.
Another thing might be the alien invasion that you want to have even though it's fake, you have your fake military team to talk that.
And that was with Werner von Braun. He says the last card is aliens. And remember, it's all a lie.
Do any of us think that the last card will be played in our lifetime?
Yeah.
Probably sooner than we think.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're aware, so we'll just be able to tell our neighbors. Don't believe them. Don't do what they tell you to do. We'll be the last ones. So that's it. It's been fun. And we all have a new appreciation for bells. Thanks for putting up with all
Thanks,
that.
thanks, everybody in Edmonton. You guys were great.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Big man, and of course, the guy that put this all together for us and did a lot of work, and I can tell you this, give credit, give a round of applause to his wife and children first. That's all work from Rachel and the kids to do this. Robbie Anderson. I just wanted to say real quick, I just want to close out by really thanking all the people that need to be thanked for this incredible event that took place in my home state, Edmonton, Alberta. And really making history in Canada is a huge deal to me, but also doing this for the community. And hopefully everyone's had a great time, learned things, maybe been inspired to go to that next level. One of the themes for 2018 with FEIC is we're going to take it to the next level, and we are taking it to the next level. But for me, I want to truly thank God, because nothing basically has come without Him, and I'm so incredibly thankful. My beautiful wife, honey, I love you, and you're so incredibly not just supportive, but honestly, this conference and the things that you see with Celebrate Truth and the things I do would not happen if it wasn't for her working behind the scenes and getting so many things done. We're truly blessed with a beautiful family, and for me, having my daughter and my new baby boy, Robbie Jr., here to make history with Daddy, it's a special thing. It's an incredible time. I want to also thank the great speakers, Rob Skiba, Mark Sargent, Patricia Steer, Emmanuel Lakonga, Jaron Campanella, Bob Nodell, and Matt Long. Absolutely incredible. As I get to know you, you guys are integral, and I consider you not just friends, but incredibly decent people. You guys are really the core. Your hearts are in the right place, and you're genuine and true. And honestly, you're looking at a really good amount of people that are representing that they want the best for the community, and they're trying their hardest. And again, we can't always do the right thing all the time. We come under criticism, and some days we wake up and we're hated, and some days we wake up and we're loved. But again, we go through a lot, but honestly, I know these guys, and we're all trying to be true and really do this right. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Conference Director John Gabelson. John, thank you so much. I mean, you kicked it off in Raleigh, North Carolina, where we made history, and you were such an integral part, and you really helped make things really happen. And I mean, you even went beyond with Canada, and it even went even smoother. And I'm so thankful that you're helping me.
Hey guys, I'm down to 2% on my phone here, so I'm gonna charge my phone, and I'll do some more streaming later tonight when me and Mac and Flat Earth Fokker go out later tonight. This cord is kind of crappy.
Honestly, with Rick Hummer, I got to know on such a deep level, and I can tell you one thing. Rick has...
But I'm sitting here until this phone shuts off.
He's intelligent, very funny, and he has a heart of gold. It is absolutely true. He will do anything for someone to help them out. He will talk to strangers. He is a true man of God, and that's a pleasure
Paul
to be a friend and honor
Blaine,
to know you, because
it's
you
all
are a
good.
really good person, man. It's
Flat Earth Comic.
All the wonderful volunteers, honestly, thank you so much. It's just an amazing thing to basically help companies.
And then again, these guys are wonderful people.
And especially the Jackson's family, as I said,
I love talking to them. Everybody's open-minded, awesome people, have good hearts.
And it's a wonderful thing to know that we're in a supportive
Oh,
church.
1%.
If they don't agree,
Missy,
100%, you know,
you guys are all
that,
awesome.
To me, it's a very incredible thing. And while, you know,
I gotta charge this phone.
I'm almost sometimes
It's gonna have a heart attack soon.
because I'll tell you, it's a huge paradigm shift, and that's fighting the whole mainstream narrative. So thank you so much, Jacksons. I really, really, really appreciate, you know, how you